emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on last year's national champion, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. Alabama had little trouble the last time they saw the Tigers blowing out Auburn in the Iron Bowl.
Alabama made a statement. They did it from the very opening whistle. They completely dominated the Tigers in all three facets of the game.
And the Tigers fans heard about it all year long. You know Bama loves to beat down Auburn in the Iron Bowl and brag about it for a year. Let's see what the Tigers respond here.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Off the play fake. Starting to feel a little pressure. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
He'll do it himself. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick release on the RPO. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Farmer. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football. You know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
Quick strike complete. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to throw again. Makes the catch. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown time. With that
He's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because, Paul, he always makes plays. And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about it. Single cover, double cover, triple cover. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Auburn's offense will get the ball for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen.
Oh, he's got some space. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, where you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change.
Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Pulls and fires complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This crowd knows when to bring it. Rides the back and leaves it. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It's squarely fought.
Throw into the end zone. It's picked off.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a third down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
Running back searching for a hole.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. Hard running there. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Going to the running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. How about these 2 running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. 7-0. first play of the period will be a second down. They'll go right back to it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Wants to throw on first down. Punts it out of the air. Brings into the open. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the grab on the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Hey, the defense is going to let this quarterback find his fullback as often as he wants. They're not worried about this guy hurting them out in the open field. They rally to him. They get a tackle for loss there.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3. Let's talk about Alabama. We have a new #1 team in the nation this week. Guys, they've made it to the mountaintop, and usually that just means now everybody's shooting at you.
I think a lot of people are waiting to see is how they wear this #1, if they change it all moving forward. But, David, talking to their players this week, they were saying they knew they were the #1 team before the season even started. Everybody else is just figuring that out now.
Yeah, and you got to love the confidence of this squad and going out and earning that #1 ranking, but it's another thing completely to keep it and to continue to have that edge and that hunger. Let's see if they can do it.
They'll go to the air on second and short. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden, a turnover, this game is entirely different.
Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at third and long. Trying to pick up a first down. To the air, it's Hankerson. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll have to put it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type man. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block.
There he goes! All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, first down.
This guy's in the Heisman picture because his stats are just ridiculous, and he threw for over 300 yards last game out. He's putting up another monster game here today, guys.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his tight end. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Bama!
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Working that left side now. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1. First played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. He'll take it himself. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Quarterback keeps it. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Back to pass, it's Hankerson. Right on the money. Can't get him to the ground. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Auburn to the line in a hurry. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
Good enough for a 1st down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Gets it out fast. Turning it on. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Russ. Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it down at the 34. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And it's no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Reads it, fires complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Crimson Tide a few inches away from converting on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got his man. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield, and time is running short. This time on target. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. The offense burns his third and final timeout of the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Between the uprights, it's good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin. Our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. So here comes the Auburn offense. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Scanning the field, it's Hankerson. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense picks it up. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a first and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. Makes the grab. Touchdown time. Oh, man, maybe in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. The tie
tradition, but handling the moment in the Iron Bowl, big stage, a lot of hatred, doing a great job of handling all of that, Palmer.
Alabama knew coming into this game, you just throw the records out. You're playing your in-state rival, Auburn. What matters is what you do on the field when that first whistle blows. And Alabama simply, in all three phases of the game, they've been better.
They'll start this drive with a pass. It's complete to the left. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Rushes on him. And the defense got him at the 27.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
He leaves it with his back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking to throw, it's Hankerson. Unloads it left. Got his man. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. After an unproductive first half and opening drive of the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a first down. It's caught. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll go to the ground. Sweet cut there. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Using the quick game. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. This drive was moving along nicely, but now the 9th play brings up 3rd. Lost one deep down the right side. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? That quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then stride it into the end zone.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. The short hands, it's Farmer. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback.
Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll run it on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Quick pass on the fly motion. Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And they kick it in for 6 more points. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
He'll bring it out. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Back to throw, it's Hankerson. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Off the play fake on first down. Firing to the right, complete. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets it out quickly. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing the score, they'll go for it on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down, and they give it back up now to their offense.
Got it in the middle, it's Farmer. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. The throw to the outside is complete. Open space at the 25. And they finally run him out of bounds. A huge gain to wrap up the third quarter. This defense will start the fourth on its heels. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. Here's the handoff. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it down the middle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Beck's going for the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
Wide out trying to get it in. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. That might be the proverbial fourth quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys?
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. And he was finding space, and he took it all the way back to the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll give it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. Tight end finds a soft spot. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. A first down run in the red zone. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown time! And they add 6 more to the board with a trip to the house. They've stretched out this lead, and they're starting to smell their 11th win of the year.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So here comes the Auburn offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Pressure coming.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the 4th quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
You just can't go backwards. There he did, and they swarmed him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's
breaks into the open. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Farmer. And they pick up just a few on that completion. So now it's 2nd and long.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season. Like spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Hauls it in. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add their total.
What can you say about this offense in this game? It hasn't always been pretty all season long, yet they've continually found ways to win each and every week. But today, in a day where they had to light the scoreboard up because the opposing offense came to play, their offense got it done. And as a result, they stay undefeated.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly to the tight end. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. Makes a man miss. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Looking for a crease. It's Hobbs. Ball is loose. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Finds his man. It's Hobbs. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement to the future.
There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tosses it incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Quick strike complete. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds. And this offense is threatening. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got his man. He'll go out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing. And this dude very much in the Heisman race. He's had a great season. He can do a little bit of everything.
Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Complete. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
82, Auburn, 7.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.